All right, writers, give me a thumb as your voice if you've ever set like a New Year's resolution. I had a New Year's resolution 2 years ago to read more children's books because so many of my students would come up to me and be like, Ms. Linus, have you read this story before? So I had this long list going of books that I hadn't read. And so I set a goal to read more children's books, 5th grade books. And sure enough, the whole year I read more than I'd ever read before. And I think I became a better reader because of it. Thumbs up, use your thumb as a voice if you've ever had a chance to set a goal like in sports. Like you want to try and score a goal or work better with your team and pass the ball or something like that. Just turn really quickly to your writing partner and whisper, share one of your goals that you've done either in sports or in your at home. Like swimming. Okay, writers, can I get your attention in 4, 3, 2, 1. So yesterday, writers, we had a chance to work with the writing partner and figure out ways that our writing partners can make us better writers, right? So how working with a partner makes you a better writer. Today I'm going to show you how setting goals makes you a better writer. So I can hear dance goals. I can also hear you guys applying what we did yesterday. You asked a clarifying question of your writing partner. So you were talking to her about her goals and getting more information out of her. So you're already making her better. But today I'm going to show you how working as a writer to set goals is going to actually make you a much stronger writer. Okay? So what I want to do first is have you look at the list of possible goals. The list of possible goals that we put into our writer's notebooks just a little while ago. So can I borrow yours, sweetheart? So possible writing goals. These are things that I think might make you stronger writers. These are some things that I think might make you stronger writers. Let's read through it together very quickly, but you have it in front of you, so go ahead and follow along. Change my attitude about writing. Maybe that wasn't your favorite coming into 5th grade. Be more willing to make changes to a draft once I'm done. That's going to happen a lot this year. How many of you write something and you're like, it's good, I'm good? So being willing to make changes, that's one way you can become a stronger writer. Write more often and just write more. That's going to obviously make you a stronger and better writer because you'll be putting more detail and elaborating. Increase my writing fluency. Yesterday, I had you guys count how many lines you wrote, remember? In 15 minutes. That's what we mean when we say writing fluency. You just keep going and going and going and going. Kind of like when you read. We did reading fluency. How much can you read at a certain time? Same thing with writing. Live your life as a writer. So maybe you're going to set a goal to walk outside of the classroom and start to see small moments all around you that you might want to write about. That's a goal. To go outside and just live and be like, oh my God, that would make such a good story. Or, ooh, I want to research that and then write about it. Another possible writing goal is to keep my writer's notebook with me more often. Keep it close to you. Take it home. Jot things down. Be willing to ask for help. You already started that yesterday. But you have other people in the room that can help you too, right? But just be willing to ask for help. Just say, you know what? I'm not really quite sure how to do that. I need some help. So go ahead and read the rest of the list on your own really quickly. Earlier this week, you had a chance to write down your very first story. So I'm going to show you how writers look over their own writing and find something that they're doing that they're already really good at, and then set a goal. Do you have a list of possible goals in your mind right now? You have them in your mind and you have them in your notebook. But let me show you really quickly how I would do that, and then I'm going to let you do it on your own, okay? So I'm going to look at the writing. Let's pretend like I wrote this myself. This is an on-demand piece. And I'm going to read through this. And it's important for me as a writer to find some of the things that I'm doing really well, okay? The title of my piece is Hermit Crabs. I squeal. I can hardly sit still. I have one hand on my seatbelt, the other on my carry-on. I feel like I could run a marathon as the plane pulls into the airport. One thing I'm doing here is I'm using figurative language. Do you see how I said here, I feel like I could run a marathon? Right? So one thing I'm already doing really well is trying out figurative language in my writing. Okay? So that's a strength. That's something I'm already doing. So what I want to do in my writer's notebook is go ahead and say a strength. So as a writer, I can use, you don't have to write this yet, you're just watching me. I can use figurative language to help my reader visualize the event or the moment. That's a strength, right? That's something I'm doing really well, strength. I could also say, I'm proud of myself for, now, readers, really quickly, read through your on-demand. Find something that you're doing that you're really proud of. This is important when you're setting goals because you want to know that there's some stuff that you're already doing. So read through your on-demand piece, and then in your notebook, I want you to jot down something you're already doing as a writer. So this isn't a moment to talk yet. I will give you time to work with your writing partner. This is an independent moment. Ready, go. Now, writers, now it's time to set a goal. Now it's time to think, okay, I'm already doing all these things, right? How many of you found I saw people were capitalizing for proper nouns, I saw some paragraphing, I saw dialogue, so couldn't you put a bunch of things you're already doing? Yeah. But now let's think about what we want to do better or differently, or what do we want to try that we've never tried as a writer before? So let me look at my writing and set a goal based on my on-demand writing piece. Mom, I cry. I run into my mom's arms. I just came back from my dad's house in Washington State. We grab our bags off the slowly orbiting baggage claim and dash to the car. Right here I'm thinking about my reader. My reader, I cry. What? Is that a little confusing? I'm wondering what? This might be a great place to elaborate, to consider the reader. The reader might be confused here because I read this again, after writing it, and I'm thinking, well, why? Why am I crying? This is a big emotion happening, and I need to tell my reader more about this, right? So my goal for myself as a writer, let me turn it so you guys can see. As a writer, I want to write in a way that thinks, whoops, silly me.
You got it. Yes.
I want to write in a way that thinks about my reader. Okay, I'm going to elaborate on that, but I want to give you guys time right now to go off and do this work by yourself. So in this goal setting sheet, your job today is to fill in this box. I'm going to keep working on mine, so I can't come and help you right away. But you have that list of goals and you have your writing. Read your writing over a couple of times to think about what goals you want to set for yourself this year as a writer, or at least in this unit. Does everybody know what to do? Yeah. Thumb voice? Thank you for going quietly. That shows me that you're ready to get back and listen to yourself while you're reading through your on-demand piece. I'm going to continue to work on mine, so I know you'll get started right away without me. Oh, I see. Great. Read over your writing a couple of times. Read over your writing a couple of times. So, yesterday, writers, you were working with your writing partner to storytell. Today, you get to work with your writing partner to set a goal. So, if you remember,
Less reading.
how sometimes you sit knee to knee, eye to eye. When you're having a conversation with your writing partner, you want to sit knee to knee, eye to eye. But at other times, you want to work with your writing partner, but you have your own work to do. And so, not just yet, but in a moment, I'm going to have you turn back to back. Here's what I would like you to do. You're going to trade notebooks. Remember, this is your personal, private writing space, but you can trust your partner. So what you'll do is you'll turn back to back. You're going to trade notebooks. You're going to read through your partner's on-demand writing piece. And I want you to put a happy face, a smiley face, somewhere in their writing where they did something that you really enjoyed. So it's like giving them a compliment just by giving them a smiley face. And then you're going to fill in the space where you set a goal for them. Be kind and be helpful and be specific. You have 4 seconds to turn back to back. Trade notebooks, please.
Just you be her partner for right now, so the other girls. Thank you. Good job.
Okay, writers, we're going to have quiet writing time because you're just reading right now. Show me that you can handle sitting back to back with your writing partner. So it should be totally quiet. You don't need to talk to your partner. You're just enjoying their on-demand writing. Happy face to show a strength, and then you'll fill in the goal. How does it feel to work with your writing partner today? How did it feel to work with your writing partner?
It felt good to have someone who gave you input and have someone to give you goals and give you something to work on instead of you just having to do it yourself.
I love that. How did it feel to work with a writing partner?
It felt good for somebody to read my story other than the teacher.
I absolutely love that. So true. How did it feel?
I liked how it felt good because my writing partner gave me input and she told me what some of my strengths were when she did the smiley faces and everything.
Okay, so you were able to see, somebody else saw the good in your writing, right? Does that push you to be
A better writer.
okay, How did it feel?
It felt good to get suggestions about what you need to do better and stuff, and then also what you did good.
Okay, next question, writers. So many of you want to share, which I love. Next question. What is one thing that you realized today about yourself as a writer that you didn't know before today? So one new thing you learned about yourself as a writer today.
That I was good writer.
Tell me more, because,
Because I was complimented.
okay. One new thing you learned about yourself today as a writer.
I learned that I needed to describe the setting a little bit better.
Awesome, that's very specific. Is that something you can work on like Monday?
Yeah.
Yeah, totally. One new thing you learned about yourself as a writer.
I learned that I need to use like a lot of descriptive words because mine is like a little dull right now.
Dull. Great word choice. You're already using descriptive words. And so you have the words in you, I can tell by the way you use the word dull. So now you're going to put that more into your writing. That's awesome. One new thing you learned about yourself today as a writer that you didn't know before. Notice I'm trying to go boy, girl, boy, girl.
Kind of like Sam, I need to be more descriptive, and my stories like right now isn't that fun or interesting to read.
Well, this is the very first narrative that you've written all year. So, okay, what else did you notice today? Yeah.
I noticed that I need to work on my typing skills to keep my fingers up with my ideas.
Yes, I'm so glad you said that because you have so many great ideas that you're like, how do I get it out as fast as possible? And I think you're going to find that when you're working on a writing piece, you spend a couple of days collecting ideas, and then you go in and try and like put them down. You know, so I think that you're gonna be okay. Something you learned about yourself today as a writer.
I learned that I need to zoom in more on my characters in my story.
Brilliant. Listen to you. Can you do that on Monday? Can you do it tomorrow at home? That's so smart. Okay, I have my last question. Was it easier to write a goal about yourself or for your partner? What was easier or harder? I think it's time for a boy. Yeah.
I think it was definitely harder to do it for my partner because I know so much about myself and how I write compared to my partner because it's like the first time I've ever read his writing. So I think it was way harder to do it for my partner.
So you're finding that you need to get to know your partner. You know yourself pretty well because you've been writing with yourself for all these years, but you need to get to know your partner a little bit better. I love that. Was it easier or harder to do for yourself or for your partner? It's time for a girl. Yeah.
I think it was harder to do it for my partner because I'm trying to write down ideas for her to get better, but I don't want to give her a put down.
So you wanted to be helpful and kind.
Mm-hmm.
That's important. But look at how you're already thinking of that and wanting to be. You want to be a good partner. You're like, I need to be a good partner. So how do I do that? What do you think?
So I think about partner because it's really hard to give him like put down or give him like something that
Well, you know what you guys are doing? It's only day 2 of working with your writing partners, and you want to be good at it. So that's pretty amazing. I have one more student who's dying to talk, and then it's time for recess. So,
So I think it was easier writing for me because there wasn't really like anything that I tried to write down something that she could work on, but there was really not.
you
that
felt like her
much.
writing was really good.
Yeah.
So you need to learn maybe some ways to help your partner. I love that. Okay, very interesting. Writers, thank you so much for this time today. I absolutely love your parents are going to be filling in that last box. Mrs. Hilton will fill in one part of it, and your parents, they have their work cut out for them because you wrote some really strong goals, and so did your writing partners. So now you get to sit down with your parents and have them look over your writing and set a goal. It's okay if you want to tell them that we care more about ideas. It's okay, you can tell them.